Hello friends! I'm PixieStyx. Thank you for spending some of your time with me today. Today's video is kind of a special one. It's a collab with one of my best friends, Chantel, and we have done a collab in the past, so I'll go ahead and give a little link to that one. If you haven't seen it, it's a really fun one. If you aren't familiar with Chantel's work, please go and check out her channel. She does awesome dioramas and 3D art and all the crafty things, and she even has a whole second channel for other kinds of 2D art like watercolors and logs and things like that. So definitely go and check those out. Her main channel is very close to a big milestone, so if you're not subscribed to her, go over and show her some love. This time we're gonna do a mood board swap on Pinterest, so I'm excited to see what she has cooked up for me. So let's get right into that. Okay, so we are here on my Pinterest and you can see all my boards here, but the one we are interested in is this one, and I can see 3 kind of preview images and my interest is already peaked. So let's go ahead and see what's inside here. Oh man, look at all these purple things. I'm loving the color palette, purple and teal. Those are some of my favorite colors. Ooh, I really like this like little bed alcove and a wagon. This is very like Romany. Ooh. Oh, Stevie Nicks, cool. I love the Alphonse Mucha sort of style that's going on with this one. That's really awesome. Ooh, this is neat too. Oh my gosh, this reminds me of Stardust, if you guys have seen that movie. Ooh, this is pretty. Oh, look at all these gorgeous things. Wow, okay. I'm already getting some ideas and I can't wait to try these out. Look at this gorgeous dress. Ooh, and this one. Ah, I wish I could wear things like this. I am definitely going to go ahead and use this as inspiration for maybe a character design, maybe a set of drawings. I'm really excited about this, so let's get going. I've been really wanting to do some fan art recently. I don't indulge myself much in that area and I've been missing it, so one of the first things that Chantel's mood board brought to mind for me was Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I love her character. I am a fan of Disney anyway, but I just think she's a really well-written character and I enjoy her in the movie. So that's who I'll be drawing today. So since this is a collab with Chantel, I thought it'd be pretty fitting to work within the journal that she made for me. So this journal is handmade by Chantel and I feel so lucky to have it. She also sent me a dip pen and I thought it would be fun to try it for the first time for this video. It was definitely different from using other liners. I had done some swatches, but that's about it, so it took a little bit to get used to, and it definitely made a few mistakes. But it was also really fun to use. It's very satisfying to listen to the pen scratching the paper, and something I didn't know until after I did this was that when you use a dip pen with ink like this, it actually leaves kind of a texture to the paper. Like if you run your fingers over it, you can feel the lines, which is really neat. I decided to try watering down some of the India ink and using that for her hair. It turned out a bit lighter than I was expecting, but I liked the texture it gave the piece. I did end up deciding to continue her hair over onto the newsprint on the left side of the page because I thought that would look really fun in this journal. If you have been to my channel before, you might know that I'm primarily a digital artist and that most traditional mediums are pretty new for me, and this one is no exception. So I definitely did some things that I regret, and this piece did not turn out as I'd hoped. So if you wait until this one's done, you get a whole nother piece. So I guess that's a bonus. But I decided to try and do this one with watercolor because I thought that would work really well with the waterproof India ink I had used with the dip pen. I have these Kuretake Ganzai Tambi watercolors, and I've used them in a piece once before, so I was excited to try them out again and get some more experience with them. I really wanted to try and get kind of a flat lay of color, which is not something I've been successful with in the past with watercolors, and I'm not sure if it's these particular watercolors that don't do that well, or if there's a technique that I need to brush up on in order to get it to do that. But the layers definitely turned out blotchier than I had hoped they would in this piece, and that's one of the things that I ended up not really liking about it. Another problem I had was shading. I noticed that when I tried to put down layers of shading, the edges would look really crisp and the shading itself wouldn't get very dark. I had troubles blending it out, so in order to create more depth in the piece, I thought I might go in with some alcohol markers and just try to add a little bit of shading and color that way. This turned out to be a bad move. I did not test the alcohol markers with the waterproof India ink because in my mind waterproof meant everything proof, I guess, which is silly. But yeah, the India ink reacted with the alcohol markers and we got several smudges. One particularly bad one right on her nose. So there was no saving it at that point. I mean, I could go in with like gouache and pretty much start over and just repaint her face, but I decided I would take this to a digital format instead. So here's how the final piece looks with a little bit of editing in Photoshop. And I was still in the mood to draw more Esmeralda, so I decided I was going to do a digital piece as well to make up for the absolute mess I made of her in my journal. And this time I thought it might be fun to imagine her as if she lived today. I couldn't stop thinking about this once I had the idea, and I thought it would be really fun to put her in a bit more modern clothes and in an environment we don't get to see her in during the movie. If you haven't seen The Hunchback of Notre Dame, I'd be partially unsurprised since it came out in 1996, so it's pretty old by this point, but it has an amazing soundtrack and a great story. Nothing like the book as far as I've heard. I haven't actually read the book, but I really enjoy this movie, and it doesn't seem like it's really a kid's movie. It definitely has some more adult themes, and I really like the grit that comes along with that for this movie. And so Esmeralda is kind of a justice warrior as much as she could be in the time that this story takes place. And she's got a lot of fire and spirit, and she'll stand up for the little guy. So I imagine if she lived today that she would most likely do some kind of social work. And I also think that she'd want to try and keep her carbon footprint pretty low. So I kind of think that she would live in this little caravan tiny home on some land with the rest of her family, and of course with her goat Jolly. She's not the type that likes to be tied down to one place, so I think the fact that the wagon is movable would be something she would enjoy because she could just kind of pick up and travel whenever she wants and have a place to stay. I feel like she'd also be a proud plant mom and kind of a green thumb, and that she'd have a lot of plants on, around, and inside her little wagon. Oh, and maybe she'd go by Esme instead of Esmeralda because it's shorter and more modern. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think of my ideas about how she would be in modern day and whether or not you agree with them.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare. And I wanna take you there. I would give it all away to do it all again. Make our love a story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel so alive, looking in your eyes. I just wanna love you till the day I die. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare. And I wanna take you there. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare. And I wanna take you there.
When choosing colors for this artwork, I relied heavily upon some of the references that were in the mood board that Chantel provided. And I also wanted to make sure they were reminiscent of the movie as well. So lots of purples and oranges and yellows and a little bit of cyan. I really enjoyed thinking of a somewhat new hairstyle for her, as well as updating her clothing a little bit. It's a lot more simple now, but I put little touches and nods towards her original costume in it, so I thought that was pretty fitting. all in all, I'm pretty happy with how this illustration turned out. Although I think there's a lot more I could do to it, and I might just do that and maybe have it as my Patreon print for the month of April. So if you're interested in getting this artwork in the mail, please check out my Patreon. I will put the link in my description. And now it's time for the win of the week. Every time I post a video, I like to mention one thing that's gone well in my life that week and ask you to do the same in the comment thread down below. It's always nice to find out what's going well for you guys in your lives. As for me, my win this week is that my acrylic charms finally arrived that I've been waiting for a few months, and I'm really excited to show you guys in my studio vlog next week. So guys, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for coming to visit my channel and check out my art. If you enjoyed, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everybody.